Are we on? Yay! Hello, everyone. We have one person, so hello, you. Thank you for coming. My name is Pride Smith Gilbert, and you are here with me on Powerful People in Politics. And I'm so excited for this new chapter and journey that I am on. And to just give you a little bit about myself, my name is Pride Smith Gilbert. I'm from Staten Island, New York. Woo woo, Wu-Tang. Born and raised on Staten Island, and I've always been in the community doing work. I don't know why, but it was just something, being of service is something that I've always geared to. And, you know, my family has always been in the community. And so that's just something that I've always been in different capacities of my life. And I didn't write a bio. I have a bio, but I didn't want to read that. I wanted to read this bio that I got from Lambda Kappa Mu, a local organization. And they highlighted me for the Woman Trailblazer of the Future. And I just want to read a little bit about what they said, because I feel like this is what this podcast is about, and it just puts everything in a nutshell. So I'm going to skip over a few parts. Well, I'll just read the whole thing. So it says, Pride Smith Gilbert is the first Black woman president of the Young Democrats of Richmond County, with the mission to both educate the Staten Island youth on local, state, and national issues, and foster a welcoming environment for young people to get involved in politics. She is at the forefront of politics, providing young adults with the opportunity to learn more about politics and how it can be intertwined with creativity. Ms. Smith Gilbert believes that young people can increase their civic participation through their voting power and have their voices heard about issues that matter most to them and their communities. One of the ways she will lead this mission is by educating the young people of Staten Island about the upcoming elections in various offices and in the city council. She will lead the training of all constituents about the proper way of petitioning, phone banking, and being on the ground level to encourage others to elevate their voices. She believes that building a relationship with the political process as early as possible is key to making voting a lifelong habit and a vital task in strengthening democracy. And that is me in a nutshell. And I think ultimately that is what this podcast is about. And teaching people, the youth, older adults, middle age, and young professionals about their civic duty. And so I'm glad and I'm happy that I'm able to have this opportunity to provide this platform about civic engagement. And so I have a special guest here with me, someone who was with me from the womb and is going to be with me to the tomb.
She's trying to kill me, y'all. She's trying to kill me.
My twin sister, Maya.
Hey, everybody. First of all, I just want to take a minute to let everybody know that how proud Pride has made our entire family by her being involved in the community and just following her dreams of being in service and educating people and empowering people and letting them know that they have it within themselves to do extraordinary things. So I just want to give a quick shout out and praise to my sister. I'm so proud of her. She truly lives up to her name. And I'm just here. Nothing less but the best. I'm glad to be her first guest.
Okay.
I'm here and I'm excited to see her on this journey. I've seen her door knocking. I've seen her petitioning. I've seen her. She's done it all. She got chased by dogs.
I got attacked by a dog.
She got attacked by a dog while door knocking. So when I tell you she is deep in the trenches, she is really one of those foot soldiers in terms of being on the front lines, in terms of getting the word out, getting the vote out. She is one that you don't want to sleep on or play with. And she's my twin sister. She's my better half. And I'm just so happy to be here.
Thank you.
Hey, that's right.
So, before we get into the nitty gritty, I just want to make sure that we're on schedule. This is the first podcast and it's live. So, there may be some hiccups here and there, but, it's okay.
We don't claim that.
So, we're going to get into the topic, get out and vote. And so I have with me a sample ballot, and the printer was running out of ink, and it's very light, it's very small, so we have certain things. Oh, there we go. Me in action, my signature black, all black red lip. That is...
You match the background. You about to blend in. You about
to... Do you have another one, Kenny? No problem.
So who was in that first picture that we're not going to talk about?
No, okay. So I know his first name. So let me just give you background. I was in Albany for a political convention, and the man's name is Chris.
Yes.
Forgot the last name.
But he
is the man who started the union and Amazon. Oh, there I go. He started the union and Amazon, and so I was ALU. It was great meeting him. It's nice to see young brothers being involved and taking a stance for something that they feel that isn't right. And instead of thinking about self, he thought about, his co-workers. He thought about the conditions and that, things needed to change. And so he stepped up and, built coalition. And here is a picture of me in Puerto Rico with Attorney General Letitia James and Assemblyman... What's his name? Lord have mercy. Christopher
Wallace. Biggie Smalls.
And we have Assemblywoman Chantel Jackson. We have, I think those are all of the elected officials in the group. And so, and then this was an event with Tyreek and Travis. We was in the Bronx. Tyreek is the president of the Bronx Young Dems, and he hosted a cannabis forum, and so we partnered up with that and came out, which was very interesting, very informative, and I'm glad I was able to participate in that. I wore my little highlight greenish jacket to,
not highlighter,
highlight. But yeah, that was great. And this is some more community work that I've done with Youth Build. That was at the fatherhood day that they have in June at Clove Lakes. And that was me yesterday. I was in Pennsylvania canvassing for the Harrison Wells campaign. And we'll get to that in a few. But just a few moments of the work that I've done campaigning and working, and that's me at the seal of the state of New York, in Albany at the convention with my best friend, my sister Brendez, and my signature outfit. So, yeah, that just brings back memories for me.
Great trip down memory lane.
I know.
Amazing pictures, some amazing people. And this is, even though you've been doing this for a while, I feel like this is a new chapter and it's a beginning.
Yeah.
It's definitely a beginning.
Definitely. And I feel like there's more to come.
There's so much more to come.
I feel like there's more to come. I've been doing it for a long time, but I still feel like there's more to come. I'm just checking my phone for the registration, because people are saying they're not able to get in. So I'm just trying to help a few people out with that. So, but we're going to keep it going.
Yes, we are.
So I have the sample ballot here. And so I'm just going to talk about what's on the front of it, and then we broke down what's on the back. So for my district, I'm not going to go into the names, but just specifics, who is on the ballot, so what you'll be voting for. And so the first box we have the president and vice president, and so that will be, on the top. And then down, I have the senator. After that, I have Congress. After that, I have a state senator. And then after that, I have assembly member. And so that's, at least in New York, that is what the ballot should look like on the front. And then we're going to turn it around, and we have the proposals on the back. So please remember to turn your ballots around, because you have to vote on proposals on the back. And so we have proposal 1, an amendment to protect against unequal treatment. Can you
zoom it out?
Zoom it. I have the on my phone here, so I can definitely read it off. So it says, this proposal would protect against unequal treatment based on ethnicity, national origin, age, disability, and sex, including sexual orientation, gender identity, and pregnancy. It also protects against unequal treatment based on reproductive health care and autonomy. And on the back, that's what it says. It also says it in Spanish. And then there's a circle for you to fill in yes. And there's a circle on the other side where you can fill in no. So that is proposal number 1. And on the top, it says statewide. So this is a New York State proposal. So if you live in New York State, you will have this proposal
available
to vote on for the election. So if you want to go to proposal number 2. So proposal number 2, cleaning public property. And this is only in New York City. So it says, this proposal would amend the city charter to expand and clarify the Department of Sanitation's power to clean streets and other city property and require disposal of waste in containers. So you either fill in yes or you'll fill in no. And so we have proposal number 3, which also highlights it's only in New York City. Proposal number 3, additional estimates of the cost of proposed laws and updates to budget deadlines. This proposal would amend the city charter to require physical analysis from the council before hearings and votes on laws, authorize physical analysis from the mayor, and update budget deadlines. I think I'm reading that a little fast. I'll slow it down for the next 3. Okay. So you'll either vote yes or you'll either vote no.
The 4th proposal is for Pride to slow down.
Okay, and so we have the 4th proposal. This is also only in New York City. Proposal number 4. I mean, I got glasses. Can I? Okay. You know,
y'all, this her show, y'all. I'm just a guest for less.
Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can read that far.
Put them spectacles to work.
Okay. This proposal would require additional public notice and time before the city council votes on laws respecting the public safety operations of the police, corrections, or fire department. And you can either vote yes or you can either vote no. The 5th proposal is highlighted only in New York City as well. This proposal would amend the city charter to require more detail in the annual assessment of city facilities, mandated that facility needs inform capital planning and update capital planning deadlines. Either vote yes or you vote no. And then the final proposal number 6, minority and women-owned business enterprises. MWBES, film permits, and archive review boards. So this proposal would amend the city charter to establish the Chief Business Diversity Officer, also CBDO, authorize the mayor to designate the office that issues film permits and combine achieve archive boards. And those are your 6 proposals, guys. So on the front, and if you want to pull up the voting dates, while I just go review, you have the president and vice president you're voting for. You're voting for the senator. You're voting for Congress, your person in Congress. You're voting for your state senator. And you will also be voting for your assembly member. And then we also have the early voting dates. And this is brought to you by New York City Vote. NYC Votes, and you can follow them on Instagram and stuff like that. It's a good way to keep up with the dates, election dates, and everything like that. So, Saturday, which was yesterday, October 26th, started the first day of early voting. And the times of your early voting polls are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then we have the early voting week, which is this upcoming week, from Monday to Friday, the 28th to Friday the 1st. Polls will be open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then we also have November 2nd, November 3rd, which is the weekend, and it will go back to the polls being open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then Election Day will be on November 5th. Tuesday, November 5th, and everyone, if you haven't voted during early voting, the early voting slots, you have the last day, which is Tuesday, November 5th.
Yes.
And polls open 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. And
vote so you don't get choked.
Okay. And so just want to remind everyone, please go out and vote. I haven't voted yet, I'm going to be honest. I'm probably going to vote tomorrow.
Yes, so I'll be voting. I'll be voting early because I know the day of voting, sometimes it's a long line, especially depending on where you're voting at. So just to avoid some of those long lines, a lot of times people vote during their lunch break or, you can just try to find the time, but don't find an excuse.
All right. I hear that. And so I just want to get into certain things that I hear when I ask people like, hey, do you know who you're voting for? Do you know there's an upcoming election? And what are some things that you get when you talk about like politics?
Honestly, I feel that especially when it comes to African American voters or people who you would want to vote, there is still a level of skepticism, which I can understand some hesitation. A lot of times our community are sold on promises that aren't always upheld once certain people are in office. So there is some caution or some hesitancy from people when it comes to voting. But I do think that this is, we say this every election, but this is a major election that you don't want to sit on the sidelines for. And I'm hearing people are voting because they know not voting is a vote, honestly.
Okay. Well, for me, I feel like I hear people say, oh, I'm not into politics, right, or, oh, I don't know who's who and what's what. And I just feel like that's really an excuse. And so I'm not here to endorse anyone. I just want to highlight certain things that, you receive in the mail or things that you get when people
canvas and
hand out. And so I just wanted to, like, if you see any of these things in the mail, these are elected officials telling you what they stand for, who they are. So if I say a name of someone who's running for office, for local government or whatever, and you're like, I don't know, I don't want to say being lazy.
Ooh.
But you're being lazy to the point where people are, I had to scratch it out, but people are sending you stuff to your front door.
And it's all over social media. They have targeted ads. So
but I'm just saying, like, they use snail mail still to get your vote or to learn more about the candidate, and you don't know. And that is so frustrating for, you know, just the times that I worked on campaigns and you know, trying to inform people. And I'm like, I know you got this because so-and-so spent X amount of dollars.
Right.
This is not cheap. Phyllis, this is not,
that's that good paper.
okay. It's heavy. It got some weight to it. It got some weight to it. People are spending thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars to make sure that you know about them. And you know what people are doing? All right,
Killing roaches with the paper.
Is this a bill? And they throw it out, and they're throwing these things out and not looking and reading and going on the websites. They have QR codes. There are different things and different ways where candidates are reaching out to you so you can learn more about their campaign, learn about their policies and legislations that they may have passed or introduced. And so don't take these mailers for granted. Whether you like the candidate or not, it's for you to see who's running, what they're running for, and why they want to run, and why they want your vote, right? And then it's up to you to reach out and do more research to why they should earn your vote,
right?
And so
I think you said the prime thing, though. You said research.
Yes. And
I feel we are in an age of information. Information is at our fingertips because we have these phones/computers in our hands, you know, 24/7. But I don't think people take the time out to really, you know, even if it's 10, 20, 30 minutes, let me look up this candidate. Let me, you know, do my own research. It's a lot of misinformation being spread. So I think people are allowing other people to get the information and bring it back to them, and you're not doing any of your own legwork. And it's easy to kind of fall into conspiracies and fall into, you know, like I said, misinformation when you're just trusting someone else to do the vetting and to, you know, make sure that information is correct.
I definitely get that because I'm not even going to lie. People reached out to me on election day. Who should I vote for? And I'm just like, here's who I'm voting for, but ultimately it's up to you to figure that out, to see if this candidate aligns with, you know, your morals and the policies and stuff.
Right.
And just to highlight, when I read, you know, my bio, I was elected the first African-American woman president of the Staten Island Young Democrats, right? And how... Yes, you're making history.
Drop a bomb, Clue. Drop a bomb.
Making history. So with that, while I got young people to join the group, or how I did it, I didn't necessarily say, I'm a Democrat, so you need to be a Democrat. It was more so, all right, here, what are things that what are concerns that you have, right? Some people may say housing.
Right.
Some people may say, you know, the job market.
Right. Economy, healthcare,
things of that nature, right? Then I'll say, okay, these are our local elected officials who are currently in their seats. This is what they have done to cater to your policy, I mean, and your issues and your concerns, and this is what they've done. And doing that, it allowed people to say, hey, okay. I'm sorry. Let me finish. All right. Tyreek said, thank you for tuning in. How do you engage mailers when you're getting... Can you just put that up one more time? Getting so many of them at once. Well, fatigue seems to be the biggest barrier.
That's a good question.
I honestly believe you should, because it is a lot, because this is a lot, right? They are coming in at once, and because you're getting stuff from Republicans and Democrats, right? For me, I don't get fatigue when it comes to politics because I love this stuff, but for someone who's overwhelmed, I think you should take some time out, at least like, I don't know, once a week, and separate it. And well, first I think you should know who's the elected official currently. Right. Once you figure that out, then you can separate all the rest and say, all right, this person's in office now. What have they done? And then you'll see, like this one, different checks to say what she's done, what she stands for. So you already have, like, you know, I guess a blurb or a mini summary of what they've done so far.
Right.
And you can say, okay, well, I agree with Jessica Stanton secured $350 million to supplement child tax credit. Oh, I believe that. I have 2 kids, you know? And then once you separate that, the person who's currently in office, then you figure out who their opponent is. Then you can, you know, sift through what candidate you want to vote for. So.
I think it is a good point to be made that voters fatigue is real. It is draining, and at some point it can become obsessive when you're just constantly watching the news, reading the paper. It can film and
you reading the paper.
I hypothetically.
Okay.
You know what you're not gonna do? I read the digital paper.
Okay, you got the suspicion.
You know what?
I just want to know who's still reading the paper.
You know, I came here to support, not to be attacked. Okay, I'm feeling attacked.
You still doing them journals from 51.
You know what? My sister's trying to play me, y'all.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Read your papers. Go
It's
ahead.
the first and the last time.
Go ahead. Read your
I
papers.
put on a tight black dress and come up here and try to help yo black. She said I couldn't cuss y'all. I'm doing my best to do my best.
I'm not trying to get canceled. It's the first episode.
Y'all, she got security in the back. I gotta be on my best behavior.
I know.
But no, I think that voter fatigue is real. Being overwhelmed is real.
Yes.
There is an emotional aspect to all of this. Even though people say it's just politics affects so many parts and aspects of our lives. It just makes sense for us to feel emotionally invested one way or the other. But I do think that if you know what party you align with, if you're getting voter, mailers and stuff like that from the opposite party, just trash it. Don't even focus your attention on something if you know that's not where your vote is going to go. If you're getting information from that side, I wouldn't bother with it, and then just worry about the people who are running in your party.
Okay. Well, I have a question for you because and I didn't send you any questions, but
y'all, she sent me to the lion's den.
Listen, this wasn't gonna be no tennis tit for tat situation. It was just wanted authentic.
Okay.
But just seeing that I'm heavily in politics and you're not, right? Like, what is?
Don't do that.
Don't do that. How I'm very engaged.
Okay.
And I want to. Yeah, I'm heavily in politics and you're not. I think that's a statement, a true true and honest statement to say. But I'm more involved than you.
Okay.
But you are civically engaged to some capacity. So
I fight the power that be.
Okay. So, seeing this, like, do you get overwhelmed? Do you feel like
I don't get overwhelmed personally because, like I said, you just gotta sift through. I sift through what it is that I get, and whatever's not for me, I toss it to the side, and whatever has my attention and is relevant to my needs and my needs of my community, that's where I focus my attention. So I don't allow it to consume too much of my thought process when I know, I'm not voting that way, so that's trash.
And what about as far as us, like, growing up on Staten Island and being in the community and having our parents, like, when I was the vice president or president of the NAACP Youth Council?
You were vice president.
You were the what? Secretary? Treasurer, okay.
Because I stay getting to the money, y'all.
Well,
wait, that's another story for another time. Yeah, that's another story for another time.
Our girl wasn't really treasuring the treasurer position. And
we about to cut to commercial break. How you
bring me on the show to drag me.
Sorry.
Oh my God. I have no edges, y'all. I hope y'all see that she has snatched my edges. That's why I wore head wrap.
Listen, Erica, listen. All right. I'm really going in. I'm sorry. But what I'm saying. So from then until now, as far as like your involvement, do you feel like, can you say like you're a well-educated voter right now? Do you feel that way?
I feel confident. I feel competent. I feel like when you have to get the information to feel confident enough to vote, and I'm at that place.
Okay.
I feel like I have enough information that I need to make an educated, choice and decision. And yeah, I do feel now in terms of me doing more so in terms of being more politically engaged. I can do more. In the past younger years, I did more, and then as I got older, my attention shifted and things like that. But I'm still very much a supporter.
Yeah, I don't fault people who like kind of step back, because I stepped back a whole lot. Even though I was in Pennsylvania yesterday, I stepped back a whole lot. Like, I'm not as active as I used to be, but because I'm in school.
Flows. Yes,
I'm in school, and
you're in school.
I'm in school.
I'm
in school, and that's my that's my answer for everything right now. I'll be graduating next year.
Woo!
With my master's
2025
in public administration. I'll be turning 30.
Ooh.
Dirty 30.
Ooh.
So
watch out.
I don't know. It's gonna be lit next year. But I say that to say, I'm putting my education first right now. So I try to be as active as I can. But I did fall back this year. But I don't fault people who do fall back, because
it's realistic.
It's a lot. It's really a lot. For example, yesterday when I was in Pennsylvania, they gave us the list to knock on doors, and it was 40 doors, right? And I was like, oh, that's it?
And then I said I could do that before lunch.
And then a woman, she was like, well, it's my first time. And I was like, oh, okay. But I'm used to seeing like
hundreds.
100 doors, like
Yeah.
90 doors, 99 doors, 100 doors, 120, because I can do it. Let me go to West Brighton.
Go up in the projects.
Let me go to West
Hit
Brighton.
them buildings.
Let me go to the harbor.
Yeah.
Let me go to
Let me go 55.
Toll Hill.
Yeah.
Let me go to Arlington.
Yeah.
Big ups to Arlington. That's where we started.
We've come a long way,
I know.
and we still
Get ignorant. See, I feel like people don't know that about me. And you know what? I feel like I do. I don't want to say put up a persona, but I feel like because
You're polished.
She
takes a shower.
only because I feel like I'm always in these like professional spaces, and so people who know me, but I just red lips, short hair, black. That's what you're gonna smile.
She got the Colgate.
You gonna get it. You gotta get it. But I just think
they don't know the roots.
yes and no. But that's why I wanted you to be my first guest, because you could see.
I know the real her, y'all.
silliness.
Before she cut my mic, I'm gonna tell the truth on here.
The silliness and the banter that we have with each other. I don't think a lot of people know that about me, because I'm just like always like, all right, I'm here either because I'm working on a campaign, or like I'm trying to network, I'm trying to build.
You're a problem solver.
Yeah.
People bring you aboard, whether it's the campaigns you've worked on, whether it's you coming in as a strategist or doing what you do.
Consultant coming,
High key consultant.
I just gotta get my paperwork in. But.
Yes. So when you come in, you're serious, because it's serious stuff that needs to be handled.
You know what
So
it is? It's
that's what it
effortless,
is.
and that's not to like brag, but
This your show. You can brag.
no, but like
Talk your
I
talk.
can't really say that because people gonna know who I'm talking about.
Ooh.
Hypothetical.
If Johnny had 4 apples,
right? No, it's just so easy for me to be like, just do this. And they be like, why didn't I think about? And I'm like,
Yeah.
why haven't you thought about that? Like,
But listen, that's how you get paid. So
I know,
you,
that's why I gotta stop.
right.
I gotta stop.
You keep being the mastermind
And
and have people pay you for your time.
yeah, I know. And it's just like time and time again, people be like, oh, Pride, can you da 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 da. And I'm just like, yeah. But then I had to stop myself. I'm like, how much am I getting paid?
Hello. My thing is, what's the budget? That's
Oh,
been
yeah,
my
yeah,
my
yeah.
oh, let me tell you,
Yeah.
that has been my go-to.
Yeah.
What is the budget?
Yeah, what's the budget?
What's the budget? And then we'll work from there, because people will have you doing everything and being around the world in 80 days for
Yeah.
80 cents.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's start there. What's the budget? What can you handle? And then we'll see
Yeah.
if we can work from there.
I think that's also why I went back to school to get my master's, because it's just about, for me, just adding to the resume. And I feel like right now for me, I don't necessarily need my master's. However, because I'm in the who you know type of crowd, so it's just like who you know. But it's just like, oh, does this person have the competent? Is this person competent? Do they have the capacity to fill the role and do the
Right,
role?
right.
And then also like, all right, let's put this person on.
Right, and the experience.
But for me, I wanted to get my master's because I spoke to someone I know, and this person was like, yeah, I'm in this role, I'm getting money, da da da, and I want to move up, but they're like, oh, I need my master's. And I was like,
That ceiling.
I don't ever want no one to come to me and say, you don't have X, Y, and Z because this is why I don't want to pay you no money, but you give us results. Never. I
thing.
never want that to happen to me. So that's why I go hard with
In the paint.
yeah.
Waka Flocka
Waka-
Flave. One hood.
That's why I go hard with, I guess doing the things that I do, because I know it's gonna pay off in the long run.
Right.
But just having that piece of paper means something to me, and it also means something to my father, because he was
yes.
just like, y'all gonna get your masters, right? And mine was like,
You gonna pay for it?
Let me tell you something. I was always a nerd. I love education, all that good stuff. But I graduated with my bachelor's degree from New York City College of Technology, with my bachelor's in human services, and I graduated with no student loan debt.
amen to
Clap
you.
it up.
Yes.
Okay.
Good for you. I'm still
Not-
with Biden.
Byron.
I'm waiting for
So,
my check to clear.
I have this level of freedom.
Yes, you do.
I'm free, y'all.
Yes.
I'm free. I got my
Yes.
freedom papers.
Yes.
And the only way I'll go back for my master's if it's gonna be paid for.
yeah.
And I'm unapologetic
So you gonna
about
have to
that.
ask Daddy then.
Daddies.
Well, you know what? Daddy wasn't even trying to pay for your bill at the
You know what?
Cheesecake Factory. I mean, not the Cheesecake
Juniors.
Hey, listen, he don't want to pay for my cheesecake.
I know.
I don't know if he gonna pay for my masters, but
That's
if
funny.
anyone is listening,
It was so funny.
I'm a poor
Don't be
unfortunate
first of
soul.
all, don't listen to her. Whatever money y'all want to give it to me and for this, okay? Because you see, there's no brands on here, because we're not sponsored.
Yes.
That means the coins ain't here yet.
Powerful people
When
in
you-
politics are looking for sponsorship.
When you see me with a 40-inch bust down, okay,
Virgin Yaki.
Virgin, I need Indian, okay, silk. If you see me on here with a 40-inch bust down
And baby hairs.
okay, baby hairs, you know the money's here. Okay? But for right now, I'm going to keep my $40 haircut.
And the same blazer.
Okay? The same blazer. Got 20s on deck.
No, that's real.
So, yeah. No. Yeah, so that's the reason why I went back to get my master's. Because
But
I just don't want anyone to
education
say-
is on the ballot as well. Like, people are serious about
What do you mean
these-
education's on the ballot?
in the terms of the student loan debt. Like, people are still like, this is what we said we were going to get some relief. There were things that had stopped it due to, President Biden trying to push certain measures.
well, some people got their student.
Some did.
My mommy got her
She
student.
did.
Yeah, she did.
But-
Mommy got her
It
students.
more people were
loan
promised
forgiven.
than what was delivered. So I think
you know why? Because when Biden was running, Bernie Sanders, feel the burn.
I was feeling a burn.
I wanted Bernie to win. I'm not
I
gonna
was
lie.
feeling the burn, but
I
certain
think a
things
lot of
shifted.
people, younger people wanted Bernie to win, because he had the college students and he was
Right.
like really, really focused on helping us with our student loans and jobs after college
Because it
and
affects
stuff.
our lives. Student
And
loans are stopping people from buying
I think
homes.
Biden was like, oh, I could get y'all too. Let me see what I could do with student loans. So, some people got their student loans forgiven. My mother, she did.
But how long has she been paying into them? That's the thing.
Well, I'm not paying right now.
I said you gonna have to get it. You gonna have to come and get it.
So they gonna have to pull up at the door. Okay,
They've been waiting at the door.
at the door. Yeah. But even when we was on Daddy, how did you feel canvassing in one part of PA and your dad in another part of PA?
Oh,
Okay.
Hey, Miss Iris. Hey, Daddy.
Hey, Daddy. So yesterday, I went to Pennsylvania to canvass on the Harrison Wells campaign. I was in Fort Washington, Pennsylvania, and my dad, he canvassed with UFT. What is it? United Teachers Federation.
Federation Teacher.
Yeah.
United Federation of
Teachers.
She can't read, y'all.
I'm not reading anything. I
She
don't
can't
have a
think,
memory. I don't have a memory.
y'all.
And so he was in Pennsylvania, and it was so funny because I called Daddy. I was like, "Yeah, Daddy, I'm going to Pennsylvania tomorrow." He's like, "Me too," and I was like, "Oh, we gonna be together?" And then we're like here, and he's like there, or whatever.
Opposite parts.
But it makes sense because it doesn't make sense for all these people to be in one place. Like it's like, but I had a great time. I had a great time. I was with 3 older women, like in their 60s or 60s. Yeah.
Elders.
Yeah, I was with the elders. I don't want to call them the Golden Girls, but I felt like one of the Golden Girls. We started canvassing at 12, and then they was like, all right, now, 1 o'clock, we need lunch. And I was like, okay, all right, let's get this lunch. But we wound up knocking over 70 doors, over 70 doors.
Amazing.
And then the whole bus, we knocked over 3,000.
Woo!
I think it was like 3,500
3,500.
some
That's
cents,
amazing.
some cents. But
What was the feedback?
everybody had a good time. I was a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie, and even the woman who was with my group, she was nervous because it was her first time canvassing, and so she was like, this is what this lady told her neighbor. She gave her neighbor her dog, and she was like, if anything happens to me, she was like, if anything happens to me, here's my dog.
She thought she was a freedom fighter. She thought she was about to integrate. She was a Little Rock 9.
She was like, if anything happens to me. And in my head, I'm like,
What do you think we're doing?
but you know what?
It's real out there.
But we were going to a state where guns are like,
Yeah.
and so I could understand that. And so she was like, yo, I gave, not yo, but she was like, I gave my dog to my neighbor, if anything happens, da, 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 da.
The neighbor is the godmother of the dog.
So she was like, I was just nervous that someone would come and,
Get
come
violent.
outside with a shotgun and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And that can be, real.
Yeah.
That's some people's stories. So I don't want to
Minimize.
minimize that fear that she has, because even myself, canvassing in New York City is crazy.
We know
New
this.
York City is crazy. And even like I say, knock on 99 doors, knock on 100 doors, and you're in buildings. That's a scary moment, especially if you're like, say it's 10 floors, I'll do 5 and then I have another person do the other 5 and we'll do it like that. Or, if I'm in situations like that, I had grown men open a door with no clothes on.
Ooh.
Girl. Ooh, I was running away, love. Yo, I was like,
He was trying to shake with his mama.
I don't know, like, what is on your biscuit? Like, what is going on here? So I've had
He was
those.
trying to show you his fruit of the loom.
Oh my gosh. Like, I was just like, what? So petitioning, I mean, not petitioning, door knocking can be a scary thing. However, 9 times out of 10, I feel safe. I feel secure. So I had a great experience in Pennsylvania. I know I called Daddy and we sent pictures to each other. He had a great time. And so I mean, I love doing it. And I told the woman, she was just like, how do you do this? I said, when you know a candidate and you know the policies that they're running for or running on, or if you know they have a track record of doing X, Y, and Z, that is the fire that builds you to keep on going.
Right.
I was working on a campaign from 9 to 9, bro, or from 8 to 10, like putting in work. But I believed in the person. I believed that the work that they was doing before they even got to this point, I believe what they would transfer those skills and those services over
to that new role,
into that new role. So for me, it's nothing for me to be like, oh, I'm not 90 doors. Oh, I was like $40. Oh, we cool. I was like, all right,
that's a warm up.
I was like, we finished this list, and also, I was losing weight. Okay.
Yes. Pride was getting her steps in.
I surely was.
20,000 steps
I was
easy.
getting abs. I was like, hold on, let me.
That's the real reason why she was. That's the real reason why she was knocking them doors. She was trying to get her summer body.
Wait. Well, one time I went with Daddy, right, and he was like, "Yeah, how many doors or whatever?" And he was like, "Nah, I'm not about to knock all these doors with you."
That's after his knee surgery. That's what that was. My father had got the bionic knee surgery.
So then he was like, "I'm not about to do all this with you." He was like, "I'm gonna support you, baby, but I'm not about to do all this with you." And then he was like, I was knocking on someone's door. And they was like, oh, we're in the back. And they was doing some type of like something. They was doing like some updates to the house. And I was like, yes, hi, I'm Pride, da 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 da. Here you go, da da da. And then Daddy, he limping over. He ain't saying nothing. But he's just like, you be doing all that? I was like, yeah, all right, we got the next house to do. Like, what are you doing? So I enjoy knocking on doors because you get to hear the concerns of, you know, the people in your community or people just, you know, throughout your borough. What their concerns are, and you try to align that with your candidate. And so I enjoy doing it. I feel like my time of working on campaigns are over, but I never want to say never. But
she said if the price is right.
We'll see that. It's just I feel like I've learned a lot. Working on or volunteering on campaigns for a civil court judge to, you know, city council to state senator. Like I've worked on these different campaigns.
And it's kind of gotten the campaigns have, you know, from
what
I'm just saying you've done different type of campaigns. It hasn't always been the same type, different levels of you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say each campaign, the budget is different.
Ooh.
So the budget is different. When the budget is different, it depends on.
When the budget is different, the bust down is different.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Yes.
She was getting her hair cut every 3 days.
Listen,
on one of them campaigns.
I had red. You remember I had. Dang. That was for 2 seconds. That's when my hair was permed.
Ooh. Oh, yes.
My hair was permed. Yeah.
Y'all, she used to be on a creamy crack, y'all.
It was for 1 second, but clearly my hair is growing back. So I don't know. I'm liking this. Okay. Oh, mommy says, how do we engage young voters?
Hey, Ma.
Hey. There's different ways for myself. Well, Maya helped me with this when we was part of the Staten Island NAACP.
Yes.
We had a speed dating voter registration event, and Kenny was here.
Yes,
right?
yes.
He was here for that when we were
in the gallery.
We was setting up for that, and we had a speed dating voter registration event.
I think one of the things you have to do is simplify it.
Yeah.
I feel like when we make it so complex, it just turns the youth off. Like, oh, this gonna take too long. I'm no longer interested. That's for old folks. One is to simplify it. Two, make it engaging in a way. So we did speed dating. Does speed dating have to do with voting? No. But the speed dating is we got to get the kids in the door.
It was something to do.
We got to get them in the door.
Yeah.
You got to have food. You got to have. There's certain things.
We had a great time.
We had a DJ.
We partnered up with
the African Student Association of CSI.
CSI, because I went to CSI.
Yeah.
St. John's, Staten Island campus, and Wagner College.
Right.
And the reason why I also
And it was packed.
It was
too.
packed.
It was
The-
packed
and the,
out.
And the reason why we did this also is because there aren't a lot of spaces on Staten Island for young people.
Young
and if we're
professionals,
going to
yeah.
be like honest, like we have to be honest about that. So there's really not a lot for us to do. And if we do something, we're going across the water. We're going to Brooklyn. We're going to Manhattan.
Tell me more.
Yeah, go fix that, Erykah Badu. Go fix that.
Y'all, cut to commercial because I'm about to roundhouse her. I'm about to really get physical and spiritual.
What a sage. So there's not a lot for us to do on Staten Island, young professionals. And so how old was we? 21, 22?
yeah, we were
23?
young. 21.
No, if we was in the NAACP, we was like 21.
21,
Yeah, we
yeah.
was like 21. So getting that age
Early.
early. Yeah. Getting us to want to come out one, you know, and people didn't pay because you know that's the thing on Staten Island. If you gotta pay, oh, it's whack. But then you go to the city and you paying $30
To get in.
To
Yeah,
get in,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you pay the $20 or $10 to get on. To get in on Staten Island, but that's for a whole nother situation. But there weren't a lot of spaces for us to come together and hang out, and for it to be a safe space. I know, you know, there are like beefs and all this other stuff that goes on Staten Island that you know, I mind my business. But I think this was a neutral space for us to have at Hub 17, 73 Wave Street. For us to have an event and dating, a speed dating event, I mean, I didn't benefit from it because I grew up with everybody in
yeah.
the room.
The dating wasn't for us.
It wasn't. It definitely wasn't
But
for
it
us.
served its purpose.
It did. And we got people to
I
register
don't-
to vote.
we need to do a follow up and see if there's any relationships that
No, we really do. We
if
really
they
do.
met at the speed dating again event 10 years ago and
Yes.
are like married with kids. We need to see
Yes,
if
we really
there
do.
was any success in terms of the romance. But we got a lot of people registered.
a lot of people registered.
And that was the whole goal.
We had we got a lot of people registered.
And then we did the barbecue.
what
We-
barbecue?
Remember, we did another voter registration in the front of the gallery when we were in the NAACP. It was small.
Oh,
We did that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we did several
We did
voter
that.
registration initiatives.
Last year, we went to Clove Lakes Park and
Yes.
we was giving out
Information
some
about,
information,
you know,
voter registration.
yes, we did
So
that.
I think you just have to, for the census, I was working on a campaign and we was like jump into the census and we had like a double dutch competition. Like you have to meet people where they're at,
Know your audience.
and know your audience, and
Yeah.
kind of just be creative in that sense. And so that's kind of how I did it.
Absolutely. And then I also think when you have the opportunity, because you may not always be able to plan something, but when you just find yourself in a space where you have the audience of young people or of undecided voters, if you know that if you're an orator, if you're someone who you know how to talk and you have confidence, people buy into confidence. If you know what you're talking about, people want to talk to you.
Yeah. Do we have any more questions, Kenny? Which policy or agenda items did Kamala propose that made you feel like you should go? See, Tom want to be getting to the nitty gritty, and we only got 5 minutes left.
Okay.
There were policies, abortion,
Okay.
women's
Right
rights.
to
That's
choose.
right to choose. That's something that I agree with, and I really like Tim Walz. I really
Coach Waltz.
You know why? He reminds me of Daddy a little bit of like
Him
being
being
an
an
educator,
educator.
like, and just want the best for his community, and to see
Working class too.
working class, see the working class and just how he is as a governor. He is, I think he's phenomenal. But for Kamala, not Camilla, okay? Kamala Harris, because people want to be calling her all types of things. Like I said, women's rights is huge for me. I also, and Ty, we also spoke about this. The first time homeowner, I think he's
Yes.
$25,000.
Yes.
She wants to implement
Yes, to go towards down payment.
down payment.
Yeah.
Um,
Trying to enrich the middle class and do things to
now this is the thing. Some people may say, "Oh, that's not enough," but it's just like if you didn't have nothing,
right,
what are we
$25,000
talking about?
is a nice little.
And housing on Staten Island is an issue for me. That's one of my main issues on Staten Island, like the housing. All right, yeah. The housing on Staten Island, like,
It's very
it's
limited.
very limited, and they just built up this apartment thing here.
Okay.
But it's just like, you need $1 bajillion. But either way, for me to go to Pennsylvania, honestly, I was on board once she said she was running for president. I was one of those. I hopped right on the bandwagon. I hopped on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
And I didn't do anything for the campaign until yesterday. I didn't do anything. I haven't done anything for anyone's campaign. Yeah, I haven't done anything for anyone's campaign, locally, until, yesterday. So I may do something on election day, to help out, one of our elected officials who's running for re-election. But I mean, that's who I'm voting for. What about you? You voting?
She has my vote as well. To me, I feel like it's common sense compared to who's she's running against.
Yeah,
But
we're running out of time because I had this whole thing about like Harris plan and Trump plan, but we could go over that another time. I guess we could go over that another time because we're running out of time. But I just want to highlight. Oh wait. Do you see yourself running for any office?
Ooh.
Mommy!
Ooh. They want her to be a politician so
They
bad.
surely do.
So bad.
We gotta, Mother, if the Most High allows
Speaking
me,
to the kids.
Mommy, if God allows me, presents an opportunity for me to run, I'll think about it. However, I will still say I've gone to campaign trainings. I've gone to campaign training. So, and I'm going to start back going to campaign training. So,
who knows?
who knows? The world may never know.
On the next episode,
Will
of
you run
Dragon-
for president? Not
Ooh.
Courtney. Girl, no. No.
She's already been a president.
Girl, you missed it. I've been a president thrice. Okay.
Talk to me nice.
I've been,
Yeah.
president, twice. NAACP
Right.
and Young Dems.
Right?
Vice
And-
president of the NAACP and vice president of National Council of Negro Women.
Yes.
So
She been
I've
presidential.
the president. So we can mark that off. Actually, I've been the president of something already. But honestly, running
Of
for
the U.S. of A.
running for office, she is well on her way for an office. I see it. Oh, thank you. I don't know. We'll see. I will never say never. However, the opportunity has to present itself. It has to make sense, and I'm not going to do it just because I want to. Running for office is a hard thing to do. It's not easy,
And it ain't cheap.
It's not cheap. It takes up time, effort, and this is not something that is just like a brush off the shoulder. This is very hard work. Thank you so much, Daddy.
Yes.
But before we go, because we have to wrap up.
Shameless plug.
What's the shameless plug?
So, for those who may not know,
Oh, go ahead. girl.
we are here at the wonderful Hub 17.
Yes.
Which they have the gallery.
Yes.
Next door they have the theater, and I'm so grateful to have the show. That's right, open mic every first Friday of the month
That's
at Hub.
right.
That's right, at Hub 17.
Yes.
So if I would love for you all to join me Friday, November 1st at Hub 17, 73 Wave Street at the theater. We have an amazing show.
It's $10, y'all.
$10 to get in.
and I'm security. So
She gonna wear that same black outfit.
I'm gonna wear it up. I'm gonna wear it up like
Yeah.
$10
Like the
to get
Grove
in,
Sisters.
but it's an all acts welcome show, and we have a live DJ, we have a caterer. I'm your host. I'm your hostess with the mostest,
yes.
and I'm just so glad to have been able to do this for the past year and a half for the community. So that is my shameless plug. That's right, open mic every first Friday of the month. Come and hang out with us. If you got a story, I got a stage.
all right now. And then lastly, so the podcast is called Powerful People in Politics, and I would just like to highlight an organization that I'm biased, but I'm a part of it. So, New York City Black Women's Political Club. I am a part of this phenomenal group of women across New York City who come together to host different events, from cannabis to like cannabis info sessions with elected officials, to get out to vote,
Voter information,
to they did something I think recently. I don't want to lie because it may have been another organization.
So don't talk about
All right, they're not talking about it. But, they host different things on women's reproductive rights. We had an event, I think, was it last year or 2 years ago, where we highlighted all the black judges who were newly elected. And so I just would like to give them a big shout out, because they are one of the reasons why I'm still doing what I do. Because if I was to just, and I'm going to be honest, y'all, because we family, because majority of y'all on here are family. If I was to just do the work that I do on Staten Island and stay on Staten Island, I would be burnt out and I would quit. I'm going to be honest. So having a group like the New York City Black Women's Political Club that is, I think it's based out of Queens or Brooklyn, but let me pull up their bio, because I don't want to do them wrong, because they've helped me so much. I was just at the Rough Riders to the Rescue awards dinner in the Bronx because of Black Women's Political Club.
Yes.
I got in, and all you need to do is get in, and once you get in,
that's where you fit in.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap from there. So yeah, there are many opportunities that they've helped me with support. If I have any questions, how they just give me advice on how can I, help with getting people out to vote on Staten Island, and they just built me up. And so I'm just reading off of their website, which is nycbwpc.com. Again, that's NYC. B as in boy, WPC.com, and that stands for New York City Black Women's Political Club. It says who we are. The New York City Black Women's Political Club is an organization that advances the causes of black women throughout the 5 boroughs of New York City. We encourage greater participation of black women in all phases of political process while pursuing and supporting causes and issues or persons who advance the social, economic, and political position of black women and other disenfranchised groups. And so if you go on their website, they have, what are the issues? Racial bias, gender bias, criminal justice, paid leave, housing, healthcare, mental health. And these are just the things that, we highlight as members. And so there's not a lot of black women who live on Staten Island who's a part of the group. I think it's myself, I believe. And I encourage more women on Staten Island to join the group, to participate more, and join the sisterhood, because
it truly is a sisterhood.
It's a sisterhood. And Maya has met my good friend Brendez,
who's a powerful sister,
a part of the group, and we've created change and we strategized together, and she's just been like the best support group that I have off of Staten Island, and it allowed me to network and build and be the person that I am today. So thank you, girl.
Yes. And thank you everyone for joining us.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you, Pride.
Thank you.
And this is the first episode, but this is one of many. First season, but one of many seasons. Yes. And this is your season.
Amen.
More importantly, okay?
Amen. Keep on pouring it to me. Amen.
Yes, this is my sister.
Amen.
I know we can't hear the applause because this, we got the people online, but there are so many people showing you so much love. You are supported. And just know the shoulders that you stand upon. It was not many generations prior to us where this opportunity would have never been given to us. And here we are now. So just continue. I'm so proud of you. I don't want to get choked up, but I'm so very proud of you. And keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for tuning in.
Yes.
I'm not going to tell you when I will be back because we don't know. And you know why? Because I'm in school. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I'm in school. So who knows where I'm going to be at. I didn't know I was going to be in Pennsylvania yesterday. Like,
Quickly, where can we find you online?
I don't need y'all following me. But I guess y'all can follow me.
She don't know how to play the game, y'all.
Listen, I don't.
You could follow me online at Maya, MAYA_DA_poet, POET, Maya the Poet. That's me. For all of your hosting, poetry, workshop, facilitating needs, I'm your girl. You can follow my sister Pride at.
You can follow me on Facebook because that's where it's real professional over there. Instagram, it's a little ratchet. So on my Facebook is Pride, PRYDE, letter N. I'm slow. The letter N and joy. So PRYDE, the letter N and joy. Pride and joy.
Yes.
Yes. So
thank you for joining us. Thank you for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. And we'll see you when we see you.
Later. I think everybody's going off.
Bye, everybody.
Wait, let me see. Is Mommy still on? D Brown? You can put D Brown on.
Hey, Ma. Stay on real quick.
I don't think she can hear us. Can she hear us? Yeah. Mommy. Let me see. And Aunt Fatima. Oh, Aunt Fatima's on. And Daddy. Oh, and Nana's on.
We hit him.
Hold on. Hello. Hey. I can't see y'all, but I can hear y'all.
Oh, thank you so much, Cousin Fatima. Thank you, Mommy.
Ooh, cousin. Oh, no. Somebody. I think that was Ty. Who cussing on here?
I am weak. No. It's not recording anymore. This is just us.
Yeah, it's just us. That